and welcome to Culture here on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober. Thank you for joining me. Today on our show, we'll talk to dancer and choreographer Tamar about her new show. Morgan Freeman is making a film in the Middle East. And we'll hear about the comedy web series Breakdowns. Tamar is a dancer and choreographer who 25 years ago became paralyzed in both legs following an accident. That did not, however, stop her from dancing and creating, and her new show debuted this week at Machsan Shteim in Jaffa, which is where she is right now to talk to us. Hello, Tamar.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for joining us, first of all. And can you tell us a little bit about your new show?
Yes, of course. My new show is called Hevel, which is translated to English is vanity, but it's not the real translation. Hevel is based on the two biblical scrolls, Ecclesiastes and the Song of Songs. And actually, it's a new dealing with the human condition in the society, specifically in our society, and also in his inner being. And as wondrous it is, so relevant to our days as well. The show, in general, is asking. This show, in general, is asking this major question. What is the value of human life, which in our zone we sometimes tend to forget the major importance of this value. And this is where I began the work. And then it goes through a whole journey and ends with a question about what passion is all about. Also inspired from the Song of Songs, and sung and played by Noam Inbar, who's a great musician and singer. And it's all happening right here today.
Very interesting. You know what? I want to hear more, but let's take a quick break, watch a moment from the show, come back and hear some more.
כי הולך האדם אל בית עולמו.
So, Tamar, you mentioned it offhand, but I'm curious, to what extent is this a political show?
Well, I'm not a politician, but being an artist, specifically in this zone, fire zone, one must relate to the situation, and as much as I can, I do. In a way, perhaps it's not a protest, but it's a call to remember this really basic and so very much important value, which is a human's life. More than anything else, to cherish it, to see it as with a very, very great significance, and to nurture it. And definitely deny the destruction and all what is around here concerning this issue. So it is, in perhaps more a poetical way and a personal approach, a political work.
Right. Now, let's talk a little bit about your personal story. In the past, you said that you don't think of yourself as handicapped, and in fact, that approach is what allowed you to dance. But I'm sure your dancing had to change.
My dancing has changed, like my whole being has changed. Like this moment is different from the moment before in our very nice interview. I mean to say that I see transformation as probably the only thing that doesn't change, and specifically with dancers, that the movement and the transformation and metamorphosis of one is probably the only thing that occurs, or maybe the major one. So of course it changed, and perhaps in a more dramatical way, but for me, the way I see it, it has nothing to do with my love to dance. Dance being an exploration, research of mine and perhaps of all human consciousness, and this is probably the major thing that interests me in this life. And I find it so spontaneous and natural for me to deal with it through movement.
Yeah.
So I dance with what I have and with what I don't have as well.
I see. Some of the tools that you used also changed. I mean, in the past, you used all kind of pulleys and ropes. In this show, you don't. Is this just what fits this work, or is it your method evolving?
I see every project of its own, for its own. It's like a new being coming to life. So yes, this project didn't ask or demand any other special effects like flying effects that I love to use. But in this case, I use ground level by all means for the philosophical aspects that Ecclesiastes talks about, and for the very passionate and earthly manifested aspects as the Song of Songs deals with.
Right. Now,
So
there was a show
level.
yesterday.
There's one flying...
Yes. Please, go on.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that there's one flying object that I handmade. I love to create my props, and the stage for me is like creating a human body. I, as much as I can, like to see it as a very integrated part of the work of the creation process. So this is like a flying kind of an octopus with only 7 arms, and then it becomes a hat, a very crazy hat, and this hat is actually kind of a symbol to all this mythological, imaginary, illusionary, mythological stories that we have in our minds. And once we put this role on our heads, we can become and change like actually a movie with so many characters within.
Well, Tamar, it sounds fascinating, looks beautiful. I wish you all the best with the upcoming performances and in general in the future.
Thank you very, very much. And you're very welcome to come and see the show today and in the future as well.
Sure will. Thanks again, Tamar.
Thank you.
Now, American actor Morgan Freeman has embarked recently on a journey to understand God. This is for a documentary which will be released next year. In the meantime, that journey brought him to Israel and Egypt. Daniel Campos takes a look.
This isn't his first time in the Middle East. He was in Egypt with Jack Nicholson for the filming of The Bucket List, released in 2007.
I've got 45 years.
And even before that, he was watching over the region as God himself in the film Bruce Almighty.
I am God.
A role which he repeated again a few years later in the movie Evan Almighty. Perhaps the situation in the Middle East has gotten worse since Morgan Freeman stepped down from the role as our supreme creator.
Who are you?
I'm God.
This time Freeman is back for the shooting of The Story of God, a monumental documentary exploring mankind's quest to understand the divine. Freeman is executive producer of The Future, along with his partner, Laurie McCrary. Together they founded the independent movie production company Revelations Entertainment in 1996. James Younger, who is also active with National Geographic Channel, is also involved in the project. Freeman will be the presenter of the documentary that embarks on an exploration of God by immersing himself in religious experiences and rituals all around the world. The crew's presence in Egypt caused a stir during the week when the country's censorship authority reportedly questioned the crew's activities, according to state-owned media Al Aram, adding that no filming permits were applied for. State Information Services, however, declared hours later that the crew had been cleared for filming. On Sunday, a day after visiting the Giza pyramids, Freeman traveled to Israel to film at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. Despite the current wave of terror attacks, his commitment and refusal to cancel the shooting assure us that the 70-year-old actor is taking the project very seriously. The Story of God is expected to air on National Geographic Channel and Nat Geo Mundo in 2016.
In a moment, we'll hear about a funny web series, but first, here's our cultural recommendation for today.
Expectations are high, and many fashion aficionados believe that this collection is likely to become one of the most popular of the moment. The Korean Reutfeld collection is a 40-piece line and is based on the brand's Lifewear range, which features reasonably priced, innovative, high-quality clothing for the Japanese high street brand Uniqlo. Former French Vogue editor unveiled her debut designs for the Japanese label at Paris Fashion Week. The easy-to-wear collaboration is sure to entice a cool new crowd to Uniqlo, as well as introduce a more glamorous edge to the casual wear favorite. After making headlines at the Paris Fashion Week in September, the line is now available to the public.
Shai Ringel is joining me now with some laughs from the web, right?
Yeah.
You don't seem that amused.
No. Some laughs. I haven't seen a lot of good web series lately, but I did bring up the best web series I saw in a long time. It's called Breakdowns, which is both emotionally and actors who are trying to break down a script in order to understand.
Nice. I see what they did.
Yeah.
That's
let's
clever.
watch a clip.
Okay, let's start with a clip.
Yeah.
Because I think, I'm not sure if those are the right lights or not, because you're supposed to, I think like the brighter they are, the better it's gonna be. Because I need to look like young. I need to be like young looking. All right? I need it like, you can't, like this is the headshot that they're seeing. And I just wanna make sure that like this is what we give them.
Who the fuck is that?
It's me.
Okay, that looks like an oil painting. Look, Derek, I think the strategy should be that you should convince them through your acting that this character doesn't have to be college age.
Okay. Like, fine.
Because he can't pull it off.
You know, like Stockard Channing was like 47 when she played Rizzo.
Yeah, it was weird. I saw that. I was like, why is this old broad trying to bed these college students?
Okay, all right, so.
It is funny.
It is funny. They're both really good. Even Greenspoon and Brendan Scott Jones.
Okay.
Both are actors trying to make it. Yeah, really newcomers.
Okay.
And it's scripted. The entire thing is like 6 to 7 minutes per episode, and the entire thing is scripted, which is really impressive when you see how they talk to each other, because it looks really natural. And I usually hate when it's...
Did they write it as well?
Yeah,
they are the creators, writers, actors, the whole thing.
They do the whole thing.
I guess they know the material. You know, that's the feeling I got from that clip, is that they really know what they're talking about. They've been there.
Mostly when you see actors doing a series about actors, it's kind of boring, and they kind of make it much more fun. And even I, who hate actors, can laugh and understand it. The first episode, they try to make it into an Elmo character. He wants to get into an Elmo character. And this is where he's trying to be a mummy. He has an audition to be a mummy, but he needs to look much younger. And the entire
young mummy.
Yeah.
How many episodes are out?
5 episodes.
Okay.
And they keep doing it, so
there are more coming?
Yeah, more coming. So it's not.
And they're based in LA. I mean, they're definitely they look like they're from the biz.
Yeah.
That they're just showing us a different side of it.
Yeah, and showing us like they are both not annoying, which is really, really nice for web series. Well, most of these actors...
you're probably surprised since they are actors.
Yeah.
All right, Shai, we'll deal with your relationship with actors a little more next week, maybe. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
That's it from us for today. I hope you enjoyed our show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Till then, log on to our website, i24news.tv. You can find the latest headlines there as well as past shows of ours. And I will see you all again tomorrow.